Willie and Jimbo are running from Timmy. They must have done something stupid again.
You're not going to catch us anyway, Timmy. Haha.
Jimbo laughed. Willie was feeling a little pressured again, so he ran down a side alley, hoping to get lost. Anyway, Timmy wanted to get Jimbo especially. Jimbo was looking at Willie strangely, but Timmy wasn't running after him anymore either. "Hey, what's the matter with you two?" he shouted, but no one answered. Jimbo ate the stolen food. "Yummy," he went back to Timmy. This must be some kind of trap, he thought to himself. Willie was hidden behind some old boxes. "What are you doing here?" Jimbo asked. Willie didn't answer him. Suddenly, Timmy came around the corner, and the chase began again. "Timmy, stop it!" Jimbo shouted, laughing as he ran.
Stop laughing about it. You're making a mess of our town again.
Timmy caught up with him and tripped him up. Jimbo was on the ground. Meanwhile, Willie appeared behind them. He threw a blindfold over Timmy's eyes, and they ran off with Jimbo. "Haha, that was a good one, Willie," Jimbo complimented him. The next morning, the boys walked through the woods into town to Tom's for breakfast. Jimbo looked all around but didn't see the policeman anywhere. "This is very strange," he uttered. Willie did not understand him. Jimbo explained that he had been expecting Timmy first thing in the morning outside their house. When they got into town, they heard a noise coming from one of the houses.
What's that?
Willie was horrified. At that moment, they saw Timmy running towards them from the house, shouting,
Save yourself!
And running on past them. Jimbo was very surprised watching him. This is strange, he thought. Timmy is never afraid of anything. They went to look closer in the house. It smells strange in here, Willie complained. Must be the ghosts, Jimbo said with a laugh and walked further around the corner of the house. But Willie remained standing. He was very shocked. Meanwhile, Jimbo had to move a box to the window. Uh-oh, that was heavy. He climbed on top of it and looked. This looked very interesting, he thought to himself. Willie appeared behind him. He was calling and jumping.
Let me see what's in there.
Jimbo let him in and was walking away.
Wait for me,
Willie called after him. He caught up with him. There was a basket with some fruit on the ground. Jimbo picked it up off the ground. At that moment, there was a whistle from the house. The boys immediately started running towards the town. What's in that basket? Tom the cook stopped them as they were running past him. They both stopped and looked at Tom. Well, we found it in here in town by the abandoned house, Jimbo replied. Chef Tom was looking at the basket. He explained to them that they were rare apples. If you bring them to me often, I can cook new dishes. And I would cook for you even more often and for free, he explained. Both Jimbo and Willie were delighted with this suggestion, so they decided to come to the house more often.
Hey fellas, what are you doing today?
Lloyd stopped them.
We've got a cool thing going on, Lloyd, Willie began.
But you wouldn't care. Jimbo interrupted him right away. He didn't want Lloyd to know what important things they were doing, so they went off on their own. When they got to the house, they found nothing. Is it possible that this works once a day? Jimbo wondered. Let's give it another chance another day, Jimbo said, and they went home. Willie was still looking at the place. He liked it, but at the same time he was scared, and Lloyd watched them from a distance. I'll show you, he thought to himself. The next day, the first thing the boys did was head out to that mysterious house. But Lloyd and Timmy were already waiting there. Willie and Jimbo hid, and they watched what happened.
Okay, Lloyd, I'm going to give you a chance and trust you're telling the truth now, said Timmy.
What are they talking about? Jimbo was wondering.
I'm telling you, Jimbo and Willie are acting very suspicious around this house. I think they're planning some kind of action that could be dangerous for the town, Lloyd replied. Timmy then gave him the task to look around the house and search. He'll see where Willie and Jimbo are, just don't let them find the apples. Ah!
Came Lloyd's voice. Jimbo immediately ran over to see what had happened, but nothing.
What did you do to him?
Timmy appeared.
Clearly a crime. Lloyd discovered your action, so you made him disappear,
Timmy began. Willie was very shocked by the whole event. Jimbo looked at him in disbelief. Are you serious? He asked him. Timmy didn't look like he wanted to tell jokes at all. He told them to wait for him and went to look around the house for clues. Jimbo immediately went to where he found the fruit last time, but again there was nothing, so he started to get angry. But Willie called him.
Hey Jimbo, here it is!
He immediately turned and ran over to Willie and grabbed everything.
What are you two doing here again?
Timmy came up with a question. He showed them the hat he was wearing. It was left here by him. Willie took his distance from the house.
I don't want to be here anymore,
he decided, and was about to leave when Jimbo pulled him back. We have to find this Lloyd, Willie, he explained.
Hey Lloyd!
Timmy called out, but there was no response. Timmy began to plan a classic police stakeout mission.
You two will be over there by the house, and I'll stand across the street.
Okay, but we won't do it now, Jimbo reasoned. Timmy thought about it.
You want to go at night, Jimbo?
They agreed to meet at their places at night. Willie and Jimbo were already sitting there. Willie was still tired. He didn't like their nighttime actions.
"Where's Timmy?"
said Jimbo, but Willie couldn't see anything. He lay down and wanted to nap some more. Timmy shone his flashlight on their backs.
"I just came to check on you. You're not sleeping, Will."
He admonished him some more. At that moment, something passed by the house, and a basket of fruit fell between the three boys, and there was a voice device on it. "Don't take my food or you will be punished more than your red friend." Timmy immediately wanted to know what was going on, but Jimbo didn't say anything to him. All the fruit was already in Chef Tom's possession. Willie took Jimbo aside.
"What if there's something wrong with the fruit?"
he whispered. Jimbo reassured him. Besides, he had only gotten the second basket of what could go wrong. Timmy went to his seat but watched Willie and Jimbo. He had no confidence in them.
"I've got to start acting on my own."
He left his seat. He grabbed a flashlight in one hand. In the other, he had his baton. He took slow steps towards the house.
"What is that box by the window doing? Jimbo put it there anyway,"
he thought to himself. He put his back to the box and listened, but it was completely silent, and all he could hear were crickets. He climbed up the box and looked in the window, but he didn't see anything. Something appeared behind his back again. When he turned around, it was gone again. Timmy suddenly fell off the box.
"Hello? Only me. I'm on the ground here,"
he called out. Jimbo and Willie immediately ran to the spot, but by the time they got to it, Timmy was no longer there.
"What is this place?"
Jimbo asked. Willie really didn't want anything to do with this anymore.
"We have to return the food we stole from him."
So they decided to go to Chef Tom. They ran through town.
"Tom! Tom!"
Jimbo called, but Tom was still asleep at his post. "What do you need from me now? I hope you're not bringing me anything. Besides, you know what time it is." Jimbo explained that they needed the food they gave him immediately. It's probably their only chance to save Timmy and Lloyd. But the cook explained that he had already used all the food for his pies that would be going on the train to another town early this morning.
"That can't happen,"
Jimbo exclaimed.
"Not so loud,"
Willie explained. Everyone in the town was still asleep, and Tom would go back to sleep too. But Willie and Jimbo had to concentrate on rescuing their friends, so they headed towards the station. "We must hurry," said Jimbo. "If that train leaves the station before the boys reach it, there will be no turning back." They were almost there when a monster appeared in the woods. Also the boys thought.
"I can't see what it is."
They couldn't tell in the dark.
"Jimbo, we gotta get out of here,"
said Willie, scared. Jimbo decided to go around it. Suddenly, the thing moved. It flew past them, but there was still no way to tell what it was. The boys quickly ran to the station.
"Where are the boxes?"
Jimbo wondered.
"We should have asked him where he put it," Willie said.
They searched around and found them right by the platform. Jimbo picked it up. Willie took the other one and they walked back towards town. Willie fell down the middle of the road and he was very tired and didn't want to walk any further.
"Come on, we only have a little way to go,"
Jimbo motivated him, so Willie picked himself up and went on. They stacked the boxes by the door of the house. That'll have to do. But still nothing happened. The sun was beginning to rise. Willie looked around. He was getting too tired, so he lay down in front of the house.
"I'll wait here until the boys come back,"
he said lazily. Jimbo couldn't believe it. "Let's try to watch the house from a distance." Jimbo hoped to see something that would pick up the pies. Jimbo made Willie go away and lay down at least away from the scene. Jimbo fell asleep after watching for a while too. They were fully woken up by Tom the cook. "What the hell?" Tom scolded. "Now they're complaining from the next town over." Jimbo knew full well. He explained what was going on, and that this was the only chance to save Timmy and Lloyd, their two best friends. That I'm still not surprised at all. This whole town is crazy. Tom really wasn't happy about the package he was going to deliver to the next town that had been stolen.
"It's okay though, your food is still..."
Jimbo suddenly realized the pies were no longer where they had been put.
We've got a bit of a problem here,"
Jimbo began, and the cook interrupted. "The pies just disappeared, is that it?" Jimbo walked in slow steps towards the house.
"Have you really not heard anything, Willie?"
he seethed. Willie indicated no. "This is a strange one. Something only comes out of the house when no one is looking," Jimbo thought. Chef Tom still didn't believe any of it.
"You'll believe it when we save these two,"
Jimbo encouraged him.
"What's going on?"
came from the other side of the house. That sounded just like Timmy. The boys immediately circled the house.
"Hi, Timmy,"
Jimbo greeted him. Chef Tom looked in shock.
"Hey buddies, you don't know what happened. I was beginning to wonder I'd never see you again."
And immediately Lloyd appeared. Chef still didn't believe it. "You guys are playing a game on me," he thought. His food had been stolen, and now they were making fun of him. He was about to curse and tell them to give him his stuff back, but then there was a big crash. The wind blew and blew Tom to the ground. Suddenly something flew past them again. The boys ran screaming into town.
Ah! Save us!
They screamed and ran through the town until they reached the end of it.